eyes ablaze with angry glow, like an arrow from its bow, over hills and valleys sped, over streams and gullies fled. On her haunches, rearing, prancing, 'neath the forest branches dancing, all her wiles and strength in vain, plying to be free again. But she found her match at last, to her tail Yvonne stuck fast. Finally she said to him, spent and trembling in each limb, "Since you sat me, I confess, I am yours now to possess. Find a place for me to rest, care for me as you know best. But remember this my warning, that for 3 days every morning you must let me out to graze. At the end of these 3 days, 2 such handsome steeds I'll bear as have ne'er been seen, I swear, and a third I promise you, only 12 hands high, with 2 little humps upon his back, ears a yard long, eyes coal black. If you wish, why sell the 2, but Yvonne, whate'er you do, part not with the little steed, though you be in direst need, nor for gold nor silken raiment, nor for lucky charm in payment. Faithful friend to you he'll be, where you go, on land or sea. He'll find shade from summer's heat, keep you warm in snow and sleet, find your food in time of need, quench your thirst with cooling mead. Afterwards you'll set me free, let me roam at liberty." Now Yvonne thought this all right, found her shelter for the night in an empty shepherd's shack. O'er its door he hung a sack. Then he homeward made his way with the early light of day, singing merrily, "Hey ho! Vanya would a wooing go." See him near his home once more, knocking at the cottage door, calling out with might and main till the rafters rang again. You'd have sworn to hear him shout that a fire had broken out. Up his brothers from their beds jumped in fright and scratched their heads, stammering, "Who knocks so loud?" "Me, the fool," came answer proud. So they opened up the door, let him in, and roundly swore at Yvonne how dare he give his brothers such a scare. But Yvonne, with heedless air, climbed upon the ovenware, lying down in all his clothes, he related at repose his adventures, while, amazed, open-mouthed his hearers gazed. "Well, I didn't sleep all night, counting all the stars so bright. Possibly the moon was there, though I really wouldn't swear. Satan suddenly appeared, bristling whiskers, bushy beard, cat-like face and saucer eyes. I stared on in stark surprise, as that devil with his tail whipped the wheat as with a flail. You know, joking's not my line, so I jumped right on his spine. He led me a dance, look you, nearly broke my head in 2. But I'm not a fool, not quite, like a vice I held him tight. How that cunning rascal tried! Finally he begged and cried, "Spare my life this once, please do. For 12 months I promise you not to break a single law, Christian folks to plague no more." I believed him on the spot. Off the devil's back I got. And Yvonne then said no more, yawned and soon began to snore, while his brothers, though they tried not to, laughed until they cried. Laughing at that booby's joke, you'd think they would have choked. Father, too, could not refrain, laughed and cried and laughed again, though it is a sin, they say, for old men to laugh that way. Since that night I cannot say how much time had passed away, for of this I heard no word, nor from man, nor beast, nor bird. What is this to you or me, whether 1 year passed or 3? Time can't be recalled once fled. Let me tell my tale instead. Well, Danilo, I should say, this was on a holiday. Tipsy reeled along the track leading to that shepherd's shack. There he saw a handsome pair, steeds with manes of golden hair, and beside them in its stall stood a horse so queer and small, 2 humps on his little back, ears a yard long, eyes coal black. All the fumes immediately left, and Danilo murmured, at last it's clear why that fool is sleeping here." Breathless, bursting home, Danilo cried excitedly to Gavrilo, "Come and see that lovely pair our young fool has hidden here. Steeds with manes of golden hair, no one saw their likes, I swear." Fast as legs could carry, Dan, barefoot with Gavrilo, ran through the fields as though on wings, heedless of the nettle stings.